Good morning everyone and welcome to Headmaster's Study on this very historical day. The United Kingdom faces a very difficult choice today. Do we remain as a member of the European Union or do we leave? As an employee of the government, I can't tell you how I have voted this morning, but I've already been down to Holyport Primary School and I have cast my vote. Tomorrow morning I will reveal to you all whether my opinion wins or not, how I voted in today's referendum. And so, what I want to do is to outline to you some of the main arguments that both camps put forward, and then I want you to listen to it very carefully, because at the end of this, in your tutor time, you'll have a chance to discuss whether we should remain or whether we should leave, and then just before you leave, your form tutor will give you a ballot paper and you should put a tick in the box whether you want the United Kingdom to remain in the European Union or whether you want us to leave. We will announce the results tomorrow, Friday, and let you know how Holyport College voted and whether we voted in line with the rest of the electorate. I can't express my opinion on whether we should remain or whether we should leave, so what I did was I went on to the official websites of both camps, both sides of the argument, and I'm going to just pick out some of the main points that each side is stating their position as to whether we should remain or whether we should leave. Listen carefully and then you decide. So if we start with the Leave campaign, they claim that since we have joined the European Union, we have spent half a trillion pounds on the European project. They claim that we spend £350 million a week, and that would mean that we could build a fully functioning hospital every week for that amount of money. They claim that we spend £20 billion a year on the European Union. In England, we spend £40 billion a year on our schools. So half of what the schools budget is going to the European Union. Every year, the government in England spends £340 million on the Cancer Fund, but spends £20 billion a year on the European Union. There are 250,000 European Union migrants which come to England or the United Kingdom every year, and the Leave campaign claims that they use our public services and put a strain on our schools and on our health system. And also that violent EU criminals can come to the United Kingdom and we can't stop them coming in, and nor can we expel them if they commit a crime here. The Leave campaign believes European Union judges are taking power away from our police services and our security services, and that open borders allow terrorists to travel freely. They claim that over 50% of British law is made in Brussels and not in London. And they claim that only 5% of British businesses actually export to the EU. Finally, they say we have the 5th largest economy in the world, the 4th strongest military, we have our seat on the United Nations Security Council, we have the best intelligence services in the world. They say that Britain is strong, the United Kingdom can afford to leave, we will survive. On the other side of the argument, however, you've got those who wish to remain as members of the European Union. They say that 3 million jobs are linked to trade with the European Union. They also tell us that we can all move to whichever country of the European Union that we want to, and we can live and work there. They believe that 1 million jobs would be lost as a result of the United Kingdom pulling away from the European Union. They say that wages would fall by an average of £38 per week. Food, petrol, electricity, gas, it would all become more expensive if we leave the European Union, and the country would be plunged into a time of financial insecurity. The Remain camp say that we receive £66 million a day in investment from the European Union, and that each year we pay in £5.7 billion, but we get £91 billion back as a result into our economy. Rather than having money left to spend, The Remain camp believe that there would be £40 billion worth of government spending cuts each year as a result of the UK leaving the EU. We would lose grants for scientific research, we would lose our place of influence in the European Union, we would create fewer jobs. International businesses are already saying that they won't invest in the UK if we leave the European Union. They believe that workers' rights would be violated and weakened. And finally, what they say is, for every £1 that we spend on the European Union, we get £10 back. So, no one really knows what would happen to the United Kingdom if we leave. But it's up to the electorate today, and your mums and dads and uncles and aunts are out voting. You're now going to have the chance to talk amongst yourselves with your form tutor, and then just before you go off to lesson 1, please cast your vote as to whether you feel that the United Kingdom should stay in the European Union or not, and we will reveal the result tomorrow. Thank you for listening to Holyport College's first ever referendum political broadcast. And by the way, isn't it wonderful that Northern Ireland are through to the next stage of the Euros? I'm sure you're all pleased for me and for Northern Ireland. Thank you.